Okie dokie. Wahoo! Hell yeah, that's what I say every single time I look at new music as well. Wahoo indeed. Alrighty, so I'm not actually sure how much of a list I've got at the moment. Oh, about 40 minutes. Okay, because like pretty much I try and not have too big of a list to get started with. Um, Hello, how are you going? Yes. Good. What is it now? Oh, it's technically afternoon in Australia, so there you go. Good afternoon. Um, I try not to have too big of a list initially of songs to look at because if anyone hasn't seen any of my like reviews before, um, rather than just going like, oh, this song's sick, I'm gonna like move on to the next song. Like let's listen to this song, listen to this song. Pretty much it's like half I'll listen to the actual song, and then the other half is my feedback and breakdown on the actual track in and of itself. Hopefully to assist in bands and artists sort of being like, all right, cool, here's some feedback from a guy who I've released a lot of music, so I know a thing or two about tunes. Oh, g'day Harley, how's it going? Um, Found me through Rhythm Doctor. Yeah, that seems to be like half my viewership at the moment. It's just Rhythm Doctor. Yeah, it's just Rhythm Doctor, which is cool. I very much enjoyed that. And the community has been sick. I've been really enjoying. What do you select? What do we suggest? Music. You can just chuck it in the chat. Sometimes the bot thinks that the queue is full for some reason, so I just don't even bother about getting people to do the request like thing. If you just want to chuck me like a band and the name, yeah. But full proviso. So as opposed to Dreams Don't Stop and Rhythm Doctor, I am primarily like a metal musician and stuff like that, and so whenever I put out calls to the communities that I'm in for music to be submitted for me to take a look at, it's generally like heavy music. So for proviso, I do look at anything, but that seems to be the primary area realistically in terms of what I'm looking at. So yeah, you've been warned. You've been warned as to what generally the subject matter is going to be. But yeah, yeah. At any rate, because I've only got like about jazz-esque music, I do not mind jazz-esque music. So I'm perfectly happy to look at it because it depends on what it is, I suppose. But like jazzy-esque, because I would call a band like Thank You Scientist like jazzy-esque and stuff like that. Oh, Haken slap. Yeah, I really like. Yeah, Haken are a great, fantastic band. Sempiternal beings. I can't remember if I've sempiternal beings. I don't know if I can remember that one. Oh, actually, see, that is the thing. I have not given the latest album that much of a listen. So this will be interesting. I'll add this to the list. Your stream streak, to be quite as like full transparency, I have no idea. It doesn't track, so I have no idea how many streams you've been on in a row. Yeah, yeah, no, I've been meaning to. Like, I gave it a listen when it first came out. When it first came out, I was looking very much forward to it. But I think when it came out, I had a whole bunch of stuff on, and so it was one of those like I just put it on in the background while I was doing something, and I didn't actually give it like a proper full like listen and all that kind of stuff, or give it the attention that it deserved and all that kind of jazz. So yeah, I'm not sure how to describe the song, but it was like jazz and some sort of other genre. Yeah, no, seriously, I'm one of those people that like I honestly listen to literally anything. Like in any genre I can find something that I like, and so it's the whole thing of like you'll find a lot of people saying like, oh, country sucks and stuff like that, and it's just like, oh, country is a very broad genre, and so I find that anybody can find in a subgenre under country something that they will like, and so I try and keep a very open mind. So yeah. Um, I haven't listened to Einar's solo stuff. I'm a very big Leprous fan though. Yeah, yeah. And no, ask any and all questions. Like, to me, I like looking at new music, but I like talking to people more. That's it. It's why I like doing live shows is half for actually doing the music and half is for actually talking to people at the show. So there you go. Oh, Glass Beach. Yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah. Yep, nah, Glass Beach. We're 100% putting some Glass Beach on here. I don't know if I've listened to that song though, so yeah, we'll do that. Does and Goes to Hell Part 1. Let me just slap this in here. Yeah, no. Funnily enough, I covered Below by Leprous. I want to say like maybe a year and a half ago or something along those lines. So yeah, big Leprous fan. I know is a fantastic vocalist. So yeah, no, big on that. Because like, funnily enough, like the majority of my vocal sort of. Hi, Leandro, how are you going? The majority of my vocal like tenure, I suppose you can say, is that like I mainly got started with original music like in prog bands and stuff like Dream Theater and stuff like that. And so yeah, no, all Haken, Leprous, all that kind of stuff. I love those bands. So yeah, anything like that is fantastic. I generally try and with these streams get like smaller bands, but as in saying that, it's like if people want my opinion on like certain things, or they want to see what I have to say about certain songs and all that kind of stuff, I'm happy to add that in also, and yeah, but yeah, as I said before, I do have a bit of a list, so it will be a bit of a it'll probably be like roughly an hour or something until I get to these tracks because I do have some stuff first. And what I generally like to try and get happening as well today seems to be a very heavy YouTube day versus Twitch day, just because I've got like the stats over here of who's actually watching. But like generally I try and get for these streams like the actual artists in so I can talk to them about their songs and my opinions on it. But today seems to be a slow day. I don't know what it is, so yeah, we'll see what happens. But yeah. Actually, you know what? Because of that, I'm actually going to inverse what is going on. Where are these songs? We're going to look at the new stuff first, or at least these two tracks. So, Sempiternal Beans, Glass Beach. Can I just move this? Is this going to allow me to just move it? Perhaps, perchance. Maybe I'm just going to have to copy it again. Maybe. I'm very professional. Give me 1 second. Did that add it again? It sure did. Alright, cool. I'm just going to move this up here then. And then if I slap that on there. Good. Next. If I pause that, is that going to behave? It did. Huzzah! Alrighty. Well, let's take a look at a band that does probably not give a single hoot who I am, and so therefore they will never listen to this feedback or any sort of personal opinions that I have on their music. And yeah, we'll see what's up. But yeehaw. Let me just bada bing bada boom. Alright, let me just take a sec to get some levels correct for the stream as well. Excuse me, please. Give me. There we go. That should be good, hopefully, for everyone. G'day, mate. How you going? Oh, thank you for the follow, Shawman 9000. Hell yeah. G'day, Jake. How you going? G'day, Marty. G'day, man. Hell yeah. I mean, I love Haken, so that was great. Anyway, yeah, yeah. Man, Leprous and Closure in Moscow. Yeah, Closure in Moscow, fantastic band. If anybody is sort of like into proggy music like this and Carnival and all that kind of stuff, Closure in Moscow, fantastic Australian band. Um, yeah, I won't go too much into like these kinds of tracks because obviously it's like it's as I said before, it's like Haken's never going to see me talk about them and then just be like, oh, he raised some fantastic points, and we're gonna do something like with his feedback, and so like I probably won't go into it too much, but yeah, like I don't know, Haken just don't miss. But what I'll say is, what is their vocalist's name? What is their vocalist name? Ross Jennings. All right, so yeah, man, that guy has had like such an arc when it comes to his voice. Um, like where was it? It was back in yeah, back in the mountain. 10 years. So there you go. 10 years. 10 years ago. Back in 2013 when when they put out the mountain, and like man, it was still great music, but oh man, homie struggled to hold like to hold a note, like to hold pitch when like if you go listen to like Somebody and stuff like that, there are so many parts like in that album and in that song in particular where it's just like he's fighting for his life to stay on pitch. And like for me, that being on a recording is goddamn wild. But nah, this new material and like Virus and what else is it? Yeah, just anything post anything like Vector and onwards. It's like he's just such a fantastic vocalist now, and like he doesn't miss. Everything that he does is fantastic. All of his harmonies are great, and just the mix for like this album in particular. Like as I said before, I just put it on in the background like when it came out. While I was doing other stuff, and I don't know, it was great then. Just actually purposely listening to it now, fantastic. And so yeah, it's a little bit unfair for like some of the like the local bands that I'm going to be looking at, because I'm just going to be like, that was a fantastic mix. This mix, however, but anyway, it is what it is. It is what it is. Fantastic band anyway. I love Haken. Um, yeah, I'm meaning to do a cover of like The Good Doctor or something like that soon, because yeah, fantastic, fantastic. All right, we're gonna do Glass Beach, and then who here in the chat has submitted something? Because I know that Orky King Bussy is like here, or at least they were. And if you're still here, we'll just do yours after this. Um, but yeah, like I don't know, Haken are kind of OP. So yeah, favorite prog stuff. However, smaller prog bands. Oh yeah, 100%, 100%. Well, first and foremost, Closure in Moscow. That's one. If you're, well, I mean, I kind of have to do it. As you can see, wait, opposite mirrored camera and stuff. Up there. If you can abide by a bit of screamy stuff on top of it, my band Russian Novel is a prog metal band. Um, and so, especially if you liked my singing in Rhythm Doctor, like yeah, our last track, Upon the Shores of Naxos, has a lot of my clean singing on it. So yeah, that's there. Finnish book, yeah, yeah. There's them. There's another Australian prog band called Relica. They're a fantastic up and coming band. Um, and yeah, I mean, yeah, there's too many, but like I'm just highlighting some Australian prog, and I mean, there's obviously like Coheed and Cambria, Protest the Hero. They're not small, but like those prog bands as well. But yeah, and Carnival. If you haven't listened to Carnival before, I know fucking Tyler was being goddamn cheeky bugger and calling them mid before, but like Simple Boy by Carnival is a fantastic song. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like I'm literally like, oh, you can't see it. Where is it? Well, no, there we go. I literally have the keywork. God damn. Oh, and Dillinger Escape Plan as well. Yeah, Mandarin, Echo Star, and Tiberius. Oh yeah, I listened to Tiberius yesterday as well while I was at the gym, Landra, and yeah, the music was really cool. I'm like, this is gonna sound like heresy. I don't know how I feel about the vocalist though. Um, this is gonna sound this is gonna sound really weird, but like when I was listening to the music, yeah, no worries. Thanks for joining in. Um, the when I was listening to the vocalist of Tiberius, it kind of felt like he was this is gonna sound really weird. The song was really cool. He was a great singer, but it kind of when I was listening to him, I kind of got the vibe that when the guy sings, it kind of feels like um he's more worried about posing rather than singing. And I have nothing to back this up apart from just when I was listening to it, I was just like, I don't know, it kind of feels like the dude was in the booth recording the tapes going, ooh, oh, ooh, oh, and like that's just the vibe that I got while I was listening to it. I don't know why. But yeah, it was cool music. Like I don't know. It's I think it's just because like as I said, the guy was fantastic singer on pitch, had some cool like vocal runs and stuff, but like it felt his vocals felt very like sterile. Like, cause when like Claudio sings and shit like that, like he puts everything into it and all that kind of jazz. Um, Whereas like this, it was like very sterile, sort of like just making sure it was perfect. And like I think that there is like the beauty in imperfections to a certain degree, and so like I don't know, I'll definitely take a crack at I think it was actually their top track I vibed with the most. Mechanical Messiah or something along those lines. Yeah, whichever one that one was, I'll probably take a crack at. I'll take a crack covering that. I'll do my own version of it, and we'll see what happens. Hmm. Anywho, yeah, cool. We've got Glass Beach. I've listened to Glass Beach like a handful of times, but not enough for me to actually classify myself as like a fan. Yeah, who knows? I mean, like that's the thing. Like a lot of people like view that what you call it, the sort of very clinical power metal vocals that the guy has as being like peak vocalist, sort of like, you know, attaining that master level of vocals. And I can definitely respect that, but like I don't know, like when I was listening to like when I hear stuff like that, unless there's some like tongue in cheek when they're doing it, like you can listen to a band like Dragon Force and just be like, oh yeah, like these dudes know that it's cheesy as hell, but they're just going for it and stuff like that. Whereas like it's with certain bands, you listen to it, at least I listen to it, and it's just like I don't know, all I can picture is the dude like posing in the vocal booth like while he's singing, and I feel like it's just yeah, Dragon Force are great, but like it's that sort of thing. Like it's more like I can't again I can't back up why I feel this way about it, but it's literally just like all I can think is that while the dude is doing his vocal takes, he's like he's posing and he's like practicing for on stage to do these vocal takes and just be like oh and stuff like that. And yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It makes me feel some kind of way, but very cool music though. Very cool music. So I'll do my own version of it. We'll see what happens. But anyway, Glass Beach. What are we up to? 33 minutes. All right, cool. 33 minutes. Glass Beach, and then we'll get into some smaller bands. Obviously I just chuck these. Yeah, cool too, easy. No worries at all. Yeah, we will where is it? Let me scroll back up for a sickety sec. Is it there? No, it's not. Okay, that's fine. Yeah. Uh, Pretty much I just wanted to put these big bands like up first because it's like get them out of the way and then all the small bands or smaller bands that I will actually like properly analyze and give feedback for, so that once I put this up or actually announce that it's there, I do prefer people coming in and talking to me live about this stuff. I think the back and forth is a lot better, but like if I just give people timestamps of like here's my opinion on your song, there you go. Um, There might be a Hans Sims videos. I think this. Maybe you could see if the theory is true. Yeah, I'll take a look at it. I'll see if I go to the behind the scenes, he's literally in the vocal booth like doing this stuff. I'm just gonna be like, oh man, I felt it in my bones, and it was true. All right, Glass Beach. Oh, g'day, Johnny B. How you going? Oh, mate, it is. It's it's so hot. I have the aircon going and it's still just so hot. I don't even know what. It's meant to be like 45 degrees today. And I'm just like that's why I'm rocking the fucking literally me Ken fucking Ryan Gosling tank at the moment because it's just too hot. I'll trade you. I'll trade you. I prefer winter so much more. That was the great thing about being in Canada was that it was just cold the entire time. Anyway, let's get into this goddamn song and then I'll move on. I loved it being cold in Canada. That was my favorite part of the tour was it being cold.
How could I ever sleep at night? My conscience left me petrified, staring at the ceiling, wide awake, reliving all my worst mistakes till I finally got a decent job and I got a place I'll never own. We'll knock some holes into the walls to make it feel more like a home.
Do a scream.
How could I ever sleep at night? When you left me paralyzed, trying to keep my head above the waves, holding out for brighter, better days. And your voice just lifts me up to let me down. Every single time you come around, I'm making friends who don't know who I am, trying to turn the hurt into a breath. How could I ever sleep at night? I'm blue dreaming about the better times. Anything to bring me close to you. Anything to take me back to Friday nights, foggy streets and Christmas lights. Wake me up on Saturday, grab my hand and float away into the abyss again, and I will always be your friend. So grab my hand, take my hand, I can't do this alone.
Yeah, honestly, I'd probably react the exact same way. Just, all right, we're done here. I'm assuming that's it. All right, cool. Um, yeah, no, that track slapped. Yeah, that was great. I mean, like as I said, I've listened to Glass Beach a bit, so like that was good stuff. What I'll say though, I was actually like, I was very impressed that they opted to sort of leave in the like at the beginning of the song, like when he transferred like up into one of his upper registers, like they actually left in like his voice actually like broke. His voice actually broke, and they like didn't decide to retake it. They just left it. And as I was saying before, like stuff like that, if done well and like in the right context, just adds so much flavor to a recording versus being clinical and sterile in a bit. Or sorry, in a way of speaking. And so having stuff like that where in very like because the start of the song was very intimate. And like as you're saying, like, oh, it picks up. It's like that's fine. Like it's I was enjoying what was being done anyway. Like, so I didn't necessarily, I didn't actually necessarily need that to pick up. But like I appreciated the like in that section how intimate the vocals were. I think one of the things that I probably would have opted was maybe like de-essing the vocals just a little bit more, because some of those S's and like the mouth noises and stuff that occur when you're really close to the mic and stuff like that, that can be a little bit distracting in my opinion. Again, subjective opinion. But yeah, stuff like that can be like just like the vocal break though in like comparison where that's an actual performance a performance imperfection in a way, and it's like to me that makes it very interesting, very interesting. I'll say though that once it actually did pick up, I feel that they should have gotten rid of the. It was almost like the vocals were filtered, like not necessarily that sort of like radio filter, but it was like some of the frequencies of the vocals were filtered, and it kind of felt like they stood out as opposed to the rest of the music. And I don't know, like this is again my personal opinion, but like when something goes from intimate to expanded, the mixing and everything should actually expand for those instruments so that it actually becomes more of a rounded sound rather than it being like, here's the band, and then the vocals are like out here. But in saying that though, that was cool as hell. Like I really like Glass Beach. I need to give them more of a listen, because like it's just fun music, but also like existential crises is that. Hell yeah. But yeah, no, excellent suggestion. I absolutely adore Glass Beach. Actually, what are they sitting on at the moment? They're Glass. If I go to Glass Beach, how many listeners have they got at the moment? 500,000. They're doing well. They're doing well. Um, ba, 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 ba. Yeah, hell yeah. Good band. Good band. Alrighty. Now, we are into small bands. Could it be one of your favorites? Yeah, no, definitely fair. It was a very fun track. I very much enjoyed it. Yeah, oh well, because it's actually I don't even know what you would I don't really know what you would call them. Like what do they call themselves? They might even just call themselves like alt indie rock or something like that. Is a band. No. All right. Heavy indie rock. I was close. I was close. Heavy indie rock. So, and the vocalist name is Classic J. Okay, yep, cool. Indie. Yeah, yeah. So it would be like indie, just indie rock or something along those lines. Just just indie rock. You can just call it indie rock and then just alternate indie rock, I guess. you can slap alternate on so many things, and that just encompasses so many like different subgenres and all that kind of jazz. But anyway, alrighty. So now we're getting into a couple of tracks that are. I think the next one is like deathcore or something like that. So once again, thank you very much for the follow. Tractor Legion FB. Let me peruse. Da, 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 da. Let me see where these linky winkies are. Ba, 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 ba. As soon as it wants to load. Give me that link. Give me that fucking link. Oh, damn. Benno from Chain. Oh, hell yeah. Also, we've got Warbear. Wait, oh, was it on my post or was it somewhere else? Let me have a look. Oh, with Bellhaven? Damn, son. Alright, let me add this in. Yep, cool. Alright, I've added that. That's all good. It was on my post. Yeah, hell yeah. Yeah, so that will probably be a while, though, because that's like... At the moment, the queue is like an hour. But as everyone who has been here previously knows, I waffle quite a bit, and so yeah, we've gotten through 2 songs in 48 minutes. So anyway, all right. So once again, for anyone that is here from Rhythm Doctor, if you're not too inclined on heavy music, this is like the I'll just say once again. It will go back to other stuff, but probably for a while there's going to be some heavier stuff going on right now. So yeah. Anyway, proviso. Let's get into it. Where are we at? We're at 40. I'll say 49. 49 minutes in. This is Infectorium. Infectorium, is that how you pronounce it? I'm assuming so. If not, then whatever. That's on me. 00 49. 00. Ba, ba. Alrighty. Done. Let's get it. Straight into it. Oh, thank you, Leandra. You didn't have to do that, but thank you very much. Again, like it's not. Yeah, thank you anyway. I do very much appreciate it. You're already on Patreon though, like that's the thing. Like you don't have to do that. But again, I do appreciate it. Like it's yeah. Thank you. Yeah.
I don't know who I am anymore. I'm getting too much money.
I was hoping that would like go into the fucking. That would have been hog. That would have been so good. That would have been amazing. That would have made my whole day if that actually happened. Right? It would have been amazing if it flowed into it. Yeah, hell yeah. Well, okay, so I have a few things. But first and foremost, yeah, fantastic vocalist. I've seen the ego. He goes by the Orc King. So there you go. Fantastic vocalist. I'm just scrolling a little bit up to take a look at some of the other stuff that was fantasy instrumental. I don't know how I feel about the nasally. Oh no, those high fries were 100% nasal because like essentially with the like when you're making the vocal fry to get those like that sort of stuff, you are shooting like you're essentially aiming for like your nasal cavity and stuff like that. So that's why it comes across like very nasally, especially to get that like that sort of stuff. To be able to do that, you need to. Yeah. But seriously, those lows, those gutturals, like and the false chords being used there, the control there was absolutely insane. And so, yeah, phenomenal vocalist, absolutely crazy for what he does. What I will say though, and this is going to be heresy from a vocalist standpoint, the vocals were way too damn loud. I can definitely see the reasoning behind having the vocals so loud because, like, I believe that this is like almost like a vocal resume in a way, and like having the vocals all like so prominent and so front and center is definitely like to be like, yeah, hey, here's what I can do. Definitely fair. I can respect that. But if we're looking at it from a song standpoint, the backing was just like so quiet compared to the actual vocals that like if I wanted to absolutely crank this, the vocals would overtake everything. Like if I put this on a massive system or if I put it on my monitors back there and then cranked it, the vocals would just overpower everything. And so that's something that I look at when I listen to music is like the balance between where it is at general listening level and then if I want to actually like boost it up because like there's sometimes like me, I like whenever I'm driving, if I'm in the car by myself and I'm driving and I'm seriously feeling a song, I'm sure that this is like a pretty stock standard basic thing of like just being like, oh man, this song slaps, like just crank that. And the thing is though is that there's some tracks that like they're the sort of I was gonna say euphoria, but that's not the word I'm looking for. The I don't know, I'll say like the serotonin hit of like having a song be cranked and that it like, yeah, catharsis. There we go. That's the word I wanted. Catharsis. The catharsis of cranking it and it being powerful. If you have one instrument that is too loud compared to the rest of them, when you crank that it's just gonna like it's just going to go from when it's at lower listening volumes, like everything like this, it exponentially changes like how it actually sounds once you actually crank. Because like the properties of speakers, whether they're here or in here, the properties of them, like as you increase loudness, they will actually, how it actually reacts to the material that you're putting through it will change. And so it's like, especially vocals, especially the higher frequencies of vocals, as soon as you crank a system, it's like those are going to, they're going to peak first. They're going to, sometimes depending on if you have a good system, they will introduce some nice musical harmonic distortion and stuff like that, and then it sounds great. But you need the backing there to support it. And so if the backing isn't loud enough compared to the vocals, it's like the vocals just become too much. In saying that though, what I could hear from the actual backing, I think everything was decent, but at the same time, because the vocals were so loud, I was finding it a bit hard to actually focus on different aspects. Like, I could hear the bass here and there. The guitars I felt were way too quiet. Kick and snare were kind of where they needed to be, funnily enough. But yeah, that's just something to take into consideration. Even if it is a vocal resume, as I keep calling it, a vocal resume, I think it's very important. I prefer YouTube links just because, like, I have the cue, and, like, if it is anything outside of it, I have to, like, keep switching between stuff, so I prefer YouTube links because then I can just add it to the queue and then it's there. But yeah, no. Phenomenal vocalist. Absolutely phenomenal vocalist. But from, again, this is from me as another vocalist, is that you need to let everything else have its time to shine, because and this is almost like a meme as well at a certain point of like, if you don't let the like vocalists want to be like front and center, the one that we heard, but if you don't allow everything else to have its time to shine, it diminishes what you're actually doing. Because like you need the light and gray, you need the times where you're not there to actually highlight the times that you are, and so yeah, and I think that that's something that, like, especially in deathcore where it becomes like vocal Olympics and all that kind of stuff, you need to have those. We need to draw back on that a bit and just be like, let other instruments have their time. That isn't just a guitar solo. I'll preface that, because guitar solos are like, in deathcore especially, it's just like, if there's not vocals, what gets its time to shine is either breakdown or a guitar solo. And I don't know. I think it's time to break that cycle. But anyway, cool song. I dig. All right, so next is, I don't remember adding this, but I must have, because I quickly looked them up before starting the stream. This is a band from Ontario, so in Canada land. This is I think it's pronounced Mormegil. Mormegil. I think that's how it's pronounced. Send me to the firing squad if it's not. Mormegil. There we go. Alrighty, cool. I'm not sure what style of music this is, so I can't preface that, but we'll see. We'll discover it together. Oh, you're in Ontario? Yeah, hell yeah. I didn't get to visit Ontario during tour. I pretty much was like Quebec to Halifax, and then I was in Vancouver to like fly out. But yeah. Yeah, you're in Toronto. That was the funniest part for me. Was going to Canada and then there being like, yeah, Toronto, and I think there was you guys have like a Newcastle and stuff like that as well. Do you know this band though? Like, do you know who this Mormegil band is, or if that's how you pronounce it? Because like, I don't know how this got. Yeah, UK is Newcastle on Tyne. There's a couple of different Newcastles though. Like, yeah, because UK is Newcastle upon Tyne. And There's a couple of like, yeah, there's a couple like, oh, there's Bathurst. There's Bathurst in Canada as well. Never heard. Hell yeah, good. Local bands. Like a local band, like one of my favorite things to like come up is where people will post stuff, and this went around a bit before, where people would post stuff being like, man, it's absolutely crazy that you could have gone to see like My Chemical Romance for like $15 down the road from my house, and it's like, yeah, you can do that for any local band that's potentially gonna blow up. Like, yeah, you could do that today, like. Belmont in the US, yeah, I'm pretty sure there is as well. There's Belmonts like everywhere. Also, it's like it's a very very common name. But yeah, anyway, Mormegil from, I believe it's Ontario, Canada. I think. But anyway, let's see what it's like.
See the passage of time, what has been and what there will be. Decades of war, generations of strife, clairvoyance is my curse alone. A tempest of fire, a maelstrom of blood, my cemetery's nothing but ire. In exile dwell among my nations, so blinded their fate they have more. When the last sails on our tomb, mankind sentenced to doom. All of the suffering passage we born, filled to the fires of hatred and scorn. The power I behold will set us all free. Visions of death and despair shall not be. What will I say? The future will be my enemy. All of the future will be my enemy. When the last sails on our tomb, mankind sentenced to doom. The scriptures written, salvation is near. Come see through my eyes the chaos and fear. You've ruined the present, let the future be done. You forge your own paths, now suffer as one. When the last sails on our tomb, mankind sentenced to doom. Fate is not set in stone. Let the future be known. Oh.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, no, that was dope. That was a very cool song. What genre is this? Like, this is pretty much like, you could technically add this under like melodic death metal. Kinda like like you could slot it under that, or you could actually slot this under like just straight up metalcore. To be honest, let Let me just take a look. I might actually be incorrect as to where these guys are from. Let me just have a looky. I just while I was listening to that, I was trying to Mormegil band. Let me just take a quick look. Just because I'm very curious. Sort of because there's a couple of different ones. Because like technically you could like this to me sort of reminded me a bit of earlier like In Flames, and that was like they were at that time classified as melodic death metal, sort of, and then they transitioned into like the more metalcore sound that they have now. Just because I'm very curious. I'm just doing some research while I'm sort of looking at this. Just because, yeah, I want to know. Unless they're actually from Grimsby, Grimsby, Britain, and I got the wrong one. There's two bands called Mormegil. Can I have an about, please? About. Oh man, okay. Man, this is from 3 years ago. I don't know who sent me this. I don't even know who sent me this thing. Dude, this is a complete mystery, so I don't even know. Let me just take a quick look under there, under the actual thing. There's nothing under it as well. Oh man, okay. All right, so I have no idea. We'll just accept that that's a mystery then. First and foremost, I think they needed to double track the vocals. This is from 3 years ago, so bruh, I don't even know like what I can say about this now because it's been 3 years and I don't even know if they're a band anymore. But still, yeah, I would say that the vocals probably needed to be double tracked. Like the false chords kind of sounded like a little bit thin in the mix. And they needed to be de-essed more because a lot of the were like cutting through quite a bit. Yeah, rest in peace. Who knows? I don't know. I in the quick couple of minutes that I just tried to look for them, I have no idea. So, it was cool though. Like I enjoyed it. Is this the Grimsby one or is this the? Has this got the C? So it is this one. Yeah, so it is the one from Grimsby. Okay. Righto. So they did an EP in 2018. Oh, and a single in 2020. Oh, that is 3 years ago. Oh man, I was like 20. I saw 2020 and was just like, yeah, but this said 3 years ago. I was like, 2020 was 3 years ago. Oh man. Wow. Okay. Yeah, so there you go. Melodic death / groove metal. I was on point. Yeah, who knows? If they're still doing stuff, cool. Soon to be 4. Yep. It's yeah. It was I liked the instrumental because it was very clean. There wasn't a lot there wasn't a lot of overproduction done to it. It was just here's a good guitar tone, here's a good bass tone. The drums I would say were probably the only things that let it down a little bit because they were very sampled. I just think that the vocals just needed to be I think the vocals honestly needed to be processed a little more. Like double tracked and probably had a bit more like a touch more of reverb, just something to make it sit back in the mix just a bit more. Unlike the track before, this wasn't the vocals weren't egregiously loud compared to the rest of the music, but it kind of did feel like if they had added like a bit more, like double tracked it, which would have made it louder and thicker, but like if they double tracked it, slathered it a little bit more in some reverb and then just like backed off the volume bit so that it sat back down into the mix. I reckon that would have been absolutely fantastic. Very cool band though. Hopefully they are still doing stuff. I'll see if I can find their like Facebook later or something. Oh wait, I've got the Bandcamp here, so who knows? Unless it's this one. Oh yeah, so it is Grimsby. Okay, when was the last time they updated their Oh, they updated their they updated last year at the start of last year, so or is this pinned? Is this a pinned post? Nope, that's it. So who knows? Who knows if they're still going or not. Anyway, I've spent too much time being a detective. Cool band though. That would be my points, is that like, yeah, the drums were a bit too sampled. Bit too robotic. Everything else sounded cool. DS the vocals more, double track them, sit them back down in the mix with some reverb. Alrighty. Next is a song that's been in my list for like 3 weeks. 3 weeks. I believe Tanner sent this to me. Like, this is his band. I think it's Nail in Your Coffin. Yeah, this has been. Wait. Oh, thank Christ! I thought it was 8 minutes and 11 seconds, and I was like, oh man, not again. Like, as much as I love listening to music in here while doing these reviews, anytime I see a long song, I'm like, oh fuck, I need to pay attention for so long. It's 3 minutes. It's 3. It's okay. All right, so where are we at? We're at 1 hour and 13 minutes. So this is Nail in Your Coffin, I believe. All right, let's see what this is on its birthday. The Deer Hunter is so good. The Deer Hunter is so good. Oh, man. I could go on about the Deer Hunter concept for a while. Like, okie dokie. Well, first and foremost, that track slapped. Like, just in general, that was good. I can 100% see some like whirlwinds. Like, fucking, I can I can see some crowd killing going on with that. Instrumentally, very cool. I think the vocals, inversely to all the other songs, the vocals definitely needed to come up a bit. Well, actually, sorry, not all of the vocals. The main vocals did. The vocal break, like shouty vocals that were going on like near the end, they were fine. They were perfect. They were exactly where they needed to be. The main vocals though, they needed to go up. Just in general, there was a lot of high end frequency energy going on with this track, like especially in the kick. That kick had such a click to it that it was like just that was a lot of what I could actually just hear, just the cymbals and the of the kick. What I'll say is that it did give room for me to be able to hear the bass like completely throughout the entire song, which was cool. But I can't remember who this was for previously, but there was another band that I was talking about how everything in the track felt like it had the low end sort of like it had a high cut to it, or like a high pass to it, where it was like everything was high pass to a certain frequency so that it was a lot easier to manage the low end energy of the track. This kind of has the same sort of thing where it feels like everything was kind of like, we're going to pump the high end, the high frequencies, and then we're going to cut the low frequencies in so that we can have the kick and the bass like sort of free to move as they need. And with that, what kind of happens is that this kind of goes into the same idea of, if I wanted to crank this, that high end energy would distort so fast, that, and like I wouldn't be able to feel the oomph behind the track, unfortunately, because it would just be so high, and that high end energy would just be distorting so fast. So that's something that I would say just keep in mind. I'm not sure who mixed this. So, like, I'm not sure if the band mixed it or if someone else did. But yeah, the slowdown was very cool, and that's yeah, especially for hardcore, like just doing those sort of tempo changes and like quick into like two steps and stuff like that. Perfect, love it. Good songwriting. Yeah, I would say, but yeah, those main vocals were buried as hell, and so bring them out. Bring them out, especially for like, especially the fries and stuff like that. They sounded like fries to me anyway. Fry screams. They sounded like fries, and they sounded like you kind of need to, you kind of need to be wary of them, because like obviously if you go from a yeah to a yeah, like the highs can be a lot louder and punch through a lot more than your mids and your lows when it comes to fry vocals, and so like you just need to make sure that like if you're doing those for this type of music, split your highs, your mids, and your lows into different tracks and different takes, so that you can like level match them better throughout the track, rather than just being like the highs here are too loud, so we're going to bring the entire thing down. That's kind of what it feels like happened here, but I don't know. I'll ask. I'm friends with one of the people in the band, so I'll ask them about it. But yeah, cool band. We'll be keen to see what else they do. Hopefully the next thing that they do, they'll listen to this and bring the fucking the vocals up and add some low end energy into it, and then yeah, hell yeah. But going back just a quick sickety sec. Yeah. I did the exact same thing, but much like Coheed and Cambria, and I sat down and learnt the majority of the story anyway. I don't know what the fuck is going on with like Vaxxus and the Dark Sentencer and all that kind of stuff now. But the Deer Hunter is an amazing story, and I'm very keen to see. Apparently, the next installment is not going to be an album, but it's not going to be a movie or something. Corey, I think the guy behind, I think his name is Corey. It's either Corey or Cody, has said that yeah, the next installment of the story is not going to be an album, or like it's not going to be like just a music experience. And so I'm just like, is it going to be a play? Is it going to be a like what are we doing here? Very keen though. The Deer Hunter is awesome. You finished up to Act 2. I'll say probably that this is the same as Oh, man, Druid do it as well. Good. Everyone should. Everyone should have a story behind their music. Give me a because like I think I'm a basic bitch, and I think like again like I think my favorite album, much like Coheed, it's just like number 4 is my favorite. Yeah. Um, or do I like number 3? I like Act 3 quite a bit, but Act 4 is my favorite. Act 4 is Act 4 is amazing. Oh, it's the new Scar Symmetry. I haven't listened to Scar Symmetry in a while, so there you go. Yeah. Oh, he said it was going to be a musical. Okay, well there you go. That answers my question. Because like, when Act 4 came out, this is a complete departure from me doing music reviews, but like whatever, this is my stream. I do what I want. With when did it come out? Was it actually 2015? Yeah, that sounds about right. Oh, is it Act 5? Oh, 2015. Yeah, yeah. So Act 5, when Act 5 came out and I was listening to all of the stuff, apparently the next act for the Deer Hunter, apparently the next act is going to be a musical. 2016 was it? There you go. Yeah, Wait is arguably my favorite track from them. Other than Waves, I adore Waves. Waves is a really good track. In Court of Venom, though, from Act 3, that's a banger. That's an absolute banger. So if you're after Act 2, like the second track of Act 3, banger of a track. But Casey, that's what his name is, not Corey or Cody. It's Casey. Yeah. Wait, I adore. I'll probably do a vocal cover of Wait eventually. I've been meaning to do it for like 2 years, and I just haven't gotten around to it. Anyway. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah. So this is an Australian band. I've actually looked at these guys before. But they're like progressive metalcore, genty kind of band. I think they have a couple of different sounds to their name, same as Russian Novel. Fantastic band. I haven't like their last track that they sent me was awesome, and the mixing was fantastic as well. So yeah. All right, so we're at 1 hour. 1 hour and 24 minutes, we'll say. So this is ENDSTATE again. ENDSTATE. All right. So this is metanoia. I don't know how to pronounce this. Like, I could talk about things, but I don't know. I've never claimed to be a smart man. Yeah, very cool. Very cool. The thing that stuck out to me right at the end, though, was that I was wishing that they, just first and foremost, just because it just happened, and I'm just going to comment on it. What I was hoping is that they would have that choir at the end way more in your face. Like that sort of shit, like just in your fucking face. That would have made that so much more epic. But anyway, I digress. That's just a little tidbit. That's me. That's my subjective, like, I want to hear choirs and harmonies and shit. So, very cool track. Very cool band. What I'll say, though, is that for the first half of the song, there was this weird, like, lower mid, I want to say, mid-range frequency, like, build-up, I think, between the guitars and the bass that just made it all sound a bit flubby, is the best way I think. Like, it was just a bit, like listening to it, like, the jing was just, like, it's kind of like... Like, I can't explain it apart from that. It's just like, it was just a bit flubby. It's just like, if maybe those sort of lower mid frequencies were tamed a bit, it would have made it tighter rather than flubby. Like, there we go. I don't know. Take that as you will. Like, again, vocals were mixed great. Exactly where they needed to be. Guitar tone was good. Bass tone was good. Drums, I would have liked to have heard a little bit more dynamics from. But at the same time, it was very much what Australian metalcore is right now in terms of the sound, which is not a bad thing. It just is what it is. Like, every music scene goes through changes and renaissances of like sounds and all that kind of stuff, and at the moment this is it for us. But yeah, very cool. I think just from that flubbiness, though, that was probably the main thing that sort of took me out a bit. Especially, I'm trying to think if the last track had it. I don't think it did, because like it very much stood out to me as having that sort of like lower mid. It wasn't as tight as it possibly could have been. And yeah, as always, anyone that's been here for any sort of time knows it's just like, if you can add harmonies and stuff into it, I'm instantly a fan, because harmonies are one of my favorite musical things in the goddamn world. And so yeah, anyway, cool band. They're on like a hiatus at the moment, but I literally said them before. I'm just like, as soon as you guys are out there able to do stuff, I would love to play with these guys, because they're Australian as well. Yeah. Anyway, this is another Australian band. There's quite a few, because I try and highlight Australian music as much as I possibly can. Being Australian, funnily enough. Go figure. But yeah, we are at 1:32. There we go. Hour and a half. We're an hour and a half in. All right, and we've still got like half an hour of music, which means it's probably going to be like an hour and a bit, maybe, of me just talking about shit. Anyway. Truth Devoid. Australia isn't real. Yeah. Yeah. Australia isn't real. Birds aren't real. I'm not even wearing my harness to keep me attached to the earth. But yeah. Anyway, this is called Caged and Abused. No, 100%. Send it through. Yeah. Okie dokie. All right, we'll get to that in just a second. I'll just address the chat. All right, so yeah, with like as I said before, like I prefer it when it's YouTube because I can add it into the like list and I can just go through it that way. But if you have something that you want me to take a look at, feel free to just DM it to me. Yeah, either on Discord or something along those lines. I'm happy to. If you're in the chat, I'm happy to take a look at it like ad hoc and weave it in through the rest of what I'm doing. So yeah, if you wanted me to take a look at something, that's completely fine. How's the #1 Celine Dion fan? Yeah, I mean I'm real hot, dude. It's real hot in Australia right now. So I'd much rather be chilling with Celine in Canadian land. You know what I'm saying? Like, but you know, it is what it is. Anyway, that track. All right, so one thing that I'll say is that I've mentioned this a couple of different times with a couple of different bands in that like timing and delivery of lines can change the vibe between whether something feels like it is repeating a section. Oh no, that's fine. Yeah, if you DM it to me, I'll figure it out. It's fine. But yeah, with the sort of idea of timing and delivery can expand how a song is perceived. In that, like some of the sections when I was listening to it, kind of felt like they were meandering a bit before it actually changed into a different section, and so like some of the lines that were actually like done over the actual like verses and all that kind of stuff, or what was perceived as a verse, if they'd been changed like delivery a little bit rather than being like duh, 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 or something along those lines, if it had been something more like a duh, 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 like giving those like words some room and giving certain words, especially to end sections, impact so that it can actually go into the next section, and also like more easily clearly define which section is which. Like that is super important. I don't think any of the lyrics were necessarily like out of time or anything along those lines, but I feel that some of the actual like pretty much the cadence of the delivery could have been adjusted. As well as I think some of the vocals could have been aided by just having some like stereo overdub doubles and all that kind of stuff, and also like just doing highs and lows, like rather than just doing straight like lows or straight highs and all that kind of stuff, just kind of like layering those a bit so that it actually added to the impact. In terms of the actual mixing, I think it was serviceable for what it is. There wasn't anything that really jumped out at me as being like out of place, or I don't like using the word bad because that's not what we're here for. And so nothing jumped out at me as bad. And so yeah, I think in terms of like the actual mixing, that was good. Like it was decent for what it is. I think the guitar tone was pretty raw, which for this type of music, good. It fits the vibe. It understands the brief, it understands the mission, got it, mission accomplished. But yeah, in terms of like, I think especially the lows with the vocals, I think could have just been improved just by adding some like doubles and stuff like that to it, just to make it sound thicker. But yeah, I think that the main thing for me is just like working on making sections stand alone a bit more, and also just adding some, for lack of a better term that I can think of right now, excitement to how they're actually delivered and transitioned in the next section. That would be my main feedback, is like just working on what is making this song interesting, and are you delivering that in different ways throughout the song? Because if it is just one idea that you are striving for to make the song interesting, then make the song shorter and get to that point faster, because then like any listener will sort of get into it and be like, all right, where are we going to here? Get to it. Oh, that was cool. And then it's done. Rather than trying to like sort of, as I said before, like meander a bit, because like for me, when I was listening to that, there were some parts where I was just like, wow, this is going for quite a while. Without it actually changing anything. I understand that the purpose was to deliver the lyrics and the lyrics about incarceration and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, it's just understanding like from the listener's sort of point of view of like where it's actually going and getting to that point. Or if you have multiple different highlight points of the song, getting to those highlights in a meaningful way. But yeah, cool. Anyway, Truth to Void, Australian music, hell yeah. All right, so what we'll do then, let's take a squizzy boo. Message requests. Accept. Lo-fi chords, but I plagiarized Toby Fox. Hell yeah. Alright, so this is going to be different, obviously, for everyone. But I love doing like we just listened to like 5 like metal songs in a row, so like I'm happy to break this up a bit and listen to something else. All right, so we'll go 1 hour and 42 minutes. We'll say 42 minutes, and we'll say Kishano 2. All right, cool. So let's see if Discord's gonna play ball, and actually works for us, or if this is gonna blow my eardrums out. 1 second, I'm gonna turn it down and then I'll turn it up. Yeah, that was nice. I enjoyed that. So, yeah. So my feedback would be, pretty much like this is a stylistic sort of, what's the stylistic opinion? Well, I'll say whenever I see like lo-fi chords or lo-fi beats, and then it's like with Rhythm Doctor, or it's like, you know, lo-fi beats to chill and recover to, or whatever it is, stuff like that. What I think is really important is to sort of get in the mind frame when you're like mixing this sort of stuff of, if people are actually going to put this on in the background, not necessarily like that needs to be what it actually is, because like that was nice. I enjoyed listening to that and actually focusing on it. But if you're going to if that's the sort of vibe that you're going for, where it is sort of in that line of like, yeah, it's a lo-fi thing that people are just going to relax and listen to, like with the rain and all that kind of stuff in the background, which to me that's the vibe. Cozy is the vibe. What I would say with that, what I think is super important is that nothing in the track being super like in your face. And so what I'd say with the mixing of the piano, I think it was a little bit too sharp, just like a tiny bit. It wasn't egregious or anything along those lines, but I think that if you took some of those like higher frequencies out of the piano so that it was a bit more of a blunt sound, or even just like wash it in some reverb or something along, modulate it a little bit so that it's not like the dun 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 da 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 da. It's more like a dun dun da. Like pretty much you want that sort of beat, like you want the like that going, but then you want all the other instruments around it to sort of be. You want it to be like an ocean, I guess. And once again, if this isn't the actual vibe you're going for, just disregard everything that I'm saying. But like, just with what we're sort of going, what I am taking from it being the thingy, being the thank you very much for the subscribe, appreciate it. So with that, I'd say that and the synths, making them a little bit less like a saw and more of a smoother wave for the for anyone that doesn't know like how synths work, it is essentially like it actually am I gonna get into this is gonna take too long. Never mind. If you want to know how a synth works, just Google how a synth works. I'm not getting into it. But it's like making it less like a saw and making the actual sine wave like a bit flatter will make that a bit more chill on the ears, I guess, like because you want it to sort of be as I said before, like as cozy as possible. At the same time, though, what you have there is really nice. I really enjoyed it, and so I'm just being as nitpicky because you're here. I'm just being as nitpicky as possible, just so that you get the maximum amount of feedback that you can work with. You can pick and choose what you actually agree with. And yeah, no worries, that's fine. No, definitely, anytime. No, I love any type of new, exactly, yeah, square wave as opposed to a saw would be, yeah, stuff like that. Just like, yeah, because like especially the I can't actually recreate it right now, but like that sort of sound, like that saw sort of sound, like if you change the wave of what the synth is actually doing, it'll make it a bit more of a smoother, duller sound, and it will sort of mix with the background ambience more so than it will be in your face. And so yeah, that's my feedback, and hopefully you got something out of that. So yeah, but very nice. It was chill. It was a vibe. I dig. I very much enjoy that type of music, so thank you. Big fans? Hell yeah. Wait, like, of what though? Like, Dragon Corps, a Russian novel? What are you a big fan of? Alright, so, where are we at? We're at 0145. 45. Alright, so this is another Australian band, I believe. This is the Green Leaves. The Green Leaves. Let me write that down. Did I miss any chats when I was doing that? 35 degrees. Yeah, actually, what is it here? Yeah, it's like 37 where I'm at. Like, yeah, in Gateshead, it's fucking hot. Yeah, Newcastle going through it right now. Alright, we've got the Green Leaves. Let's see what this is. Oh, they're the boys? Oh, you know the Green Leaves? Hell yeah, nice. Yeah, they're in the Silly Goose. They're in the Silly Goose Club. Goons Club. I don't know where they're from though. Oh fuck, they're not from Australia at all. Oh man, Ripperoni. Oh, It is what it is. I'm just quickly looking at it at the moment. Where the hell is Summit City? I don't know where Summit City is. Indiana, Michigan. All right, I guess that's what it is. It's a brisk 11, which
This
is
shit
pretty
ain't nothing to me, man.
Thanks, Pete. You're the bomb. At degrees, yeah. He's like 10 kilometers in a straight line. It's 5 degrees colder over there. Well, I mean, that's what it says. Oh, damn, Pete's following as well. Sheesh. Thanks, man. Midwestern deathcore. Yeah, okay, righto. I like that. I just assume that everyone in like the Silly Goose Club is like Australian, and so I don't know. I'm just like, oh, Australian music, yay. Actually, yeah, the last band definitely was Australian though. The accent and everything was there. Anyway, let's do it. I've talked like 5 minutes over what we're actually going to be doing, but anyway, let's go. Slam worldwide. Yep. Thank you, brother. Some aggressive two-step right there, dude. Yeah, the video slaps. It's a fucking drum. Wasted. Yeah, hell yeah. Okay. Yeah, first rather, can't even speak. First and foremost, yeah, that video was amazing. That video was awesome. The mix was great. I thought that was a very, very good mix. Very good mix. Yeah, I don't really actually have any thoughts or any feedback apart from keep doing that in terms of like the actual mix, because that was great. That was a really thick, balanced mix. Actually, sorry, no, I take that back. I rescind that. Back when the bass was like essentially having its like star moment of the song where like everything dropped out and like the bass was there, it was very thin. You imagine how horrified your coworkers would be. Yeah, is what it is. It's the variety is the spice of life. You gotta go lie down. That is very fair. No, well, thanks for jumping in anyway and joining us. And yeah, I'll catch you around. And yeah, feel free to whenever I do the next one, probably this time again next week. Yeah, we'll yeah, throw me some more stuff and we'll take a look at it. But yeah, like that bass there was very thin. I would have liked to have a different mix on the bass there, like so just making it really fat and thick when it was having its like sort of highlight moment. But apart from that, yeah, the mix was great. On as a subjective personal opinion, this is going to vary from person to person. Some people could really enjoy this as opposed to the what I prefer. I felt like the constant low false chords throughout the song until right at the end where suddenly Daddy appeared in it. I felt that got a bit much. Like I would have liked to have heard some variants. I would have liked to have heard some highs. There was some like gutties and stuff like that going on there. But yeah, like I feel especially in deathcore these days, there's so many vocalists that can do so many stupid things that there's one end of the spectrum where there's too much fucking around, but then there's this end of the spectrum where I feel that there wasn't enough going on. Like it was very, at times, very one note. And so I would have liked to have heard some highs, some mid shouts. They did add that at the end with like, yeah, Papa Bear coming at the end. But apart from that, like I wish that was like throughout the song rather than just at the end. But you know, that again, that's subjective. Like other people could just be like, no, I want just those style of vocals and that's it. And that's completely fine. That's completely fine. But at the same time, this is my stream, my review. So I'm going to say add some fucking variants. But very cool band, very cool song. Great mix, great video. Yeah, excellent stuff. I don't know. That's all that I can say about that right now. Alrighty. One Trick Pony kind of feel like yeah, I wouldn't say One Trick Pony. It like One Note I feel is kind of a little bit closer to it. He did do some different stuff, but it was all like within the same range. Like the range was like. And so I would have liked to have heard more of that range throughout the song. At the same time, he's very good at what he does, though. Like there is definitely the beauty and simplicity of like just being very good at one thing, and I think that's fine as well. Like, yeah. Anyway, all right. Next, this is definitely an Australian band. Because otherwise it would be real awkward seeing them play Australian dates like with other local bands. All right, so where are we? We're 2 hours. Oh, I'll say 159. Screw it. 159. There we go. 159. All right, so we got Glow. So another Australian band. Good. That's what I like to see. That's what I like to see on here, especially since I was bamboozled with the other one, like just the random like Midwest goddamn deathcore band coming out of fucking nowhere. I thought that group was just Australian, but like, who knows? Bamboozled. Yeah. Anyway, this is Glow. This is Bad Juju. I've been meaning to listen to these peeps for a while now, actually, funnily enough. So yeah, we'll see what this is all about. Interesting. All right, so yeah, I have a couple of notes. First and foremost, though, I'll actually say that I very much appreciate that was a very unconventional approach to some of the mixing and like the actual songwriting. So that was cool. I very much that was very interesting to actually listen to. So that was rad. So starting from the start, I think that the clean guitar like wash, like the ambient wash they had, like the doom doom doom, that was way too prominent. Like that overtook the mix like so fast. Like I was trying to listen to like what was actually going on, and like all I could hear was that doom doom. That took over like really hardcore. So I'd probably say like I'm not sure how how this was. I'm gonna go out on a limb and assume that this was mixed like in house by the band. I could be wrong. I'll ask this later. I'm sure I'll find out. So I'm not sure like how this was mixed, but just like on these bad boys, like these are expensive reference headphones. So like and I've been using these for years. I know how they sound. I just can't explain it like that. That felt like maybe. Actually, no. Actually, I was about to say maybe the low end wasn't being represented with when it was being mixed, but at the same time, the actual song in and of itself was pretty fat. Like it was pretty fat. It was pretty thick. And so I don't know if it was necessarily a sort of issue with low end identity, but with that clean part though, oh man, that was like really overtaking like the mix and the headroom of the actual song like quite badly. But it only happened in like the first verse, and then it was just like gone for the rest of the song, and so like it was fine. But I'd say if anything like that is being added to like future material, just like double check it, because like on these, I don't know how it would have sounded in my monitors, but in these, it just took over like so hard. So the unclean vocals were great. I really like the tone. It actually reminded me of like Scar Symmetry. Who's that person we were talking about the other day, Leandro? Who's the old dude from Scar Symmetry? Who's the guy? Who's the guy? You know, from Holographic Universe and stuff like that. Who's that guy? Wikipedia, help me, my man. Christian Alverson. Is that who it was? Yeah. Is he the harsh vocalist? Oh, it was too. Yeah. So that guy. Yeah. The unclean vocals reminded me of that, and that was very cool. I thought that was good. It's definitely a different identity. It's taking a long time. Yeah. Oh, if it's popping up there, that takes a delay. I have the chat like off to the side. I think I think I get those immediately, but those ones have a bit of a delay popping up. So anyway, he did both. Okay, well, the unclean vocals though, I thought that was very cool, especially for like current Australian like heavy music, especially metalcore, being like that vocal break fry scream that if you listen to it, like, you know, I Prevail and all that kind of stuff, it all has all like like Thornhill, Polaris, all that kind of stuff, Alpha Wolf, they all do the same sort of tone. This was a nice change, so I appreciate that very much. But those clean vocals, I'm not sure if it's just the mixing, but they were very thin. They were very, very thin. And so, I would have double tracked those clean vocals, and yeah, as people were already memeing as the song was going on, if you have clean vocals, even if they're not going to be front and center or like traditional one for one like harmonies, add harmonies to your clean vocals. Like it doesn't matter if they're going to be necessarily perceived. Having harmonies and then mixing them low in the mix just adds. It adds A, thickness to the actual clean vocals, and B, it actually supports the notes that you're actually singing, so it doesn't sound as thin or as not necessarily out of place, but sort of not as in the mix as it quite possibly be. But yeah, it definitely coming off of those screams, those cleans were a bit not quite it. I don't know if I would necessarily agree. What was the comment for? Some 41 singer sung like Kurt Cobain. I don't know if I necessarily agree with that, but like, I kind of get what you mean. But yeah, that would be it. I would say just like, yeah, double checking mixes just to make sure that certain elements aren't overtaking or like, you know, absorbing the headroom of your track is super important. So I would say that especially with that clean guitar, that was doing like all the ambient stuff, very important. And then yeah, just like, yeah, I don't know about those clean vocals, like just in general. Cool song though, cool song. I've been meaning to check them out for a while, so yeah, I'll definitely be keeping my eye on them because that was interesting to listen to. I'd very much like to see this live as well. Like that's the thing. Like I feel stuff like this can be a lot more energetic live, and so I'm sure I'll see them at some point since they're Australian as well. But yeah, anyway, moving on. Now they have two different vocalists, one for the clean and one for the gutturals. Yeah, fair enough. Like, if I trusted anyone to do, I'm being nice. That's me being nice. I can, like, believe it or not, I could be so much more of a dick. To a lot of people. Done. Alrighty, so. Oh, hell yeah. So I've actually been wanting to check this out for a while. 205. Type that in there. Bada bing, bada boom. Cool. Yeah, I've been wanting to check this out for a while. These guys have been making some waves, and you'll love to see it. So... might be chugging chocolate. Mate, this is fucking green. Like, I was chugging milk. Anyway, yeah, this is DEADNERVE. This is a band called DEADNERVE. Been sort of watching some hype surrounding these guys for a while. And so, yeah, finally actually checking them out, so this should be good. Alrighty, so this is called The Fixation. Radiated chocolate milk. Yeah, just fuck me up. Alright. Apparently Stream Elements is having some, having a bad day. Give me 2 seconds, because it's like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna skip that fucking entire song, and then yeah. I don't want restraint with my vocals, I want that punishment to use straight garbage. Why do I need to tell you something that you already know? DEADNERVE. I'm just gonna update the goddamn timestamp so that it's not there. Timestamp. Fixation. Give me that. Give me that. I like type this in and it's just like giving me a fucking TikTok for like dental shit. Like, oh dear. Alright. Give me this. Give me this. Not me, man. Definitely not me. Let me copy the URL for this just in case it actually like bombs it as well. Alright. Alright. Bada bing, bada boom. And then that can go there. Huzzah! Alrighty. Where are we at again? 0 to... we'll say 0 to 12. There we go. Alright. Fucking DEADNERVE. Sheesh. 0 to 12. DEADNERVE. Huzzah. Alright. Take 2. Yeah. That was very Australian metalcore. So there we go. Alrighty. So first and foremost, that mix was great. Fantastic mix. Very, very thick. Everything was very easily identifiable, so that was fantastic. The only thing that I'd really say necessarily like for the actual mix in and of itself, I would probably say that I would like more snare. I would have liked more snare in that song, I reckon. More snare in my headphones would have been fantastic. And so Punk's Dead by Softplay. I'll probably stop requests now, as what are we at, like 2 1/4, and I still have about half an hour of material to go through. So I'll probably leave that until next one. If you want to request that next session, we can do that easy. But yeah, with I'm just trying to think if there's anything that I would really... I think maybe the only thing that really stuck out at me from like a songwriting standpoint was in the second verse when the clean vocals, or clean-ish vocals, the vocals with the vocal fry like added to them. I mean, it was interesting. I'm not sure how I necessarily feel first listen in terms of the notes chosen for that section. Even though it was like 4 words or something along those lines. I think I'd have to give it like maybe another couple of listens to actually see if I vibe with it or not. First listen, it kind of was a little bit out of place. I do appreciate the in like the chorus though, those like very unconventional harmonies that were actually on the cleans. Very cool. Very much enjoyed that. Like straight up fry screams that were done through it. Very Australia. Excellently performed. Yeah, I don't really have too much to say about this, to be quite honest, because like, yeah, it was just good mix, good song, thick. At 3.5 minutes, it didn't really overstay its welcome, but it definitely had the clear like sections, as well as some, as I said, like the cleans and the notes that were sort of chosen were very interesting, and did at least like maybe go, oh, hello, like, you know, that's something very different in the song. So like treading that line of whether it was a choice or it was a choice. And so yeah, I don't know, I'll have to listen to it a couple more times. Positive though, positive reaction to this track just overall. Very great band. Love to see this live as well. I reckon it would go hard. Alrighty, so. One second. What is the name of this band? Get this in here. What was this? This was Color Spray, I think they were called. Yeah, I'd probably say next time, because like with it still being like roughly half an hour of like music, and then add on top like all my waffling and stuff. Yeah, I want to keep today about 3 hours because my throat's been a bit bleh. Probably Color Spray. Oh, there's what's Discord want? One second, Reno. What is this song called again? In Isolation. I could probably just open it and it would like just tell me. Colourgrey, that's what it is. I was like, Color Spray? Is that what the name is? Where are we at? 0, 12, say 21. 0 to 21. Colourgrey. Alright, cool. There we go. Colourgrey. I figured it out. So, yeah, next track. In Isolation by the band Colourgrey, not Color Spray. My memory was failing me. Yeah, for real. Anyway, let's see what this is on its birthday.
darkness of my sense of self, fearing isolation from the rest of the world. Committing ways our identity fell, we going to question our entire existence. This is nothing but a spirituality. Running in circles again, confess myself in this mess. Nothing was up and I can't take to bring out myself. To be free, fighting the light inside me. I try to show the darkness consumes me. So my eyes shine, I'll live in there. In isolation, alone inside my head. I saw the light with my own eyes. Only you could have fantasized. Since I returned to the dark times, we follow the path of no return. On the road to winding demise. One step at a time, we're walking the edge
TikTok does.
of reality. Aimlessly wandering into the void of our own minds. So my eyes shine, I'll live in there. In isolation, alone inside my head. I gotta get out of this place, I cannot stop this feeling. Anxiety is brewing, I don't know where I am anymore. People surround me with faces I don't know. Watching and waiting for them to crumble. People surround me with faces I don't know. Watching and waiting for them to crumble. So my eyes shine, I'll live in there. In isolation, alone inside my head.
Very cool. That was a very, very cool song. Mix was fantastic. I very much enjoyed the mix. The only thing that I'll say, and this is kind of the other meme, I guess, is that I wish the bass had a bit more of its own identity. Because that sounded kind of like it was very much going for like the V of like, you know, there's the guitars and then the bass is kind of just like a extension of the guitars, just like filling in the low end. So yeah, I feel like that, just like from a mix perspective, like that's probably the main comment that I'd make, is that like, yeah, I probably would have just liked just more identity for the bass, more clang, if you were. Yeah, that was great. Yeah, I definitely agree. That was I'm actually legitimately surprised I haven't heard of these guys before. Until today. So let me take a squizzy woo. Okay, so single track out. all from Melbourne. Ah, okay. Produced and engineered by Declan White with Ocean Grove, Void Division. Yeah, okay. Yeah, neato burrito. I back it. I back it. We do want to get. We're like, I do want to get Rusnov out to Melbourne soon. So we'll I might have to hit him up. Might have to hit him up. Do a show with him. Probably the only thing that I'd say apart from that, just from a mixing perspective, is right before the first chorus came in, I kind of felt like it would have benefited from having like a bit more layering when it came to the actual screams before the like they did center with stereo and then center with stereo. I have the feeling that it would have benefited probably just from some more layering just in that section, like either it being like a simultaneous high and low like that, and then the actual stereo like overdubs as well, because it felt like it was missing something, and I felt like I wanted cleans there, but I think that if they added cleans there, it would have diminished the explosive nature of those cleans coming in for the actual chorus, because I felt that was very nice, especially with how nice the cleans were, and harmonies, y'all. You can't go wrong. You can't go wrong with harmonies. Like it's just impossible, unless you're bad at singing. In which case, you've got bigger issues than bad harmonies if you're bad at singing. Very cool song though, very nice production. In summary, bass I'd like to have its own identity. Maybe I don't know about like maybe some more layers when it came to the actual like screaming track before it got into the clean vocals, but apart from that was really cool. I vibe. I stan. Well, actually, I need to hear more before I can actually stand, but yeah, that was very cool. Very, 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 very cool. Alrighty. Well, we have now another band. We've listened to these guys before on here. I've reviewed their stuff like ages ago as well. This is another track by Sentiment from Brisbane from Queensland, Australia. And so yeah, this is their latest track that they put out. Like I think it was literally like a week or two ago. I haven't gotten around to it, but that's because I'm useless. This is called Senseless. So let's get into it.
Something that's been tearing at my mind. Yeah, I've been thinking for a long time. I'm sinking now, I feel I'm sinking down. I feel the water as it trickles down my neck. I've got this feeling that I'd rather be senseless. I feel it falling all around me. I have these thoughts, but they'll never be complete. I think coherence is an end I'll never meet. I feel it now, I feel I'm sinking down. Whoa, it doesn't feel like a memory intact, and I can't help my senses when I'm senseless. Whoa, it doesn't feel like a memory intact. Sorry for myself, can't help but feel like I'm stuck inside my own hell. In circles, spiral down, it's way too loud. But it's quiet, it's too quiet. What kept tossing inside? Whoa, it doesn't feel like a memory. Whoa,
Yeet. All right, cool. So. The mix was good. I think the mix was very good. I think everything was where it needed to be. What I'll say that once again, this is primarily going to be focusing on the vocals because I think with this style of music, like as long as the guitar, the bass, and like the drums and everything are where they need to actually sit in the mix, like we kind of just have to focus in on the vocals as being the primary energy of the song, realistically. So what I'll say is that I feel the idea to double track all of the vocals essentially throughout the entirety of the song was probably not the move. I feel like especially in those verses they needed to be a lot more intimate. And then when it actually came into the choruses, that's when they actually had the double tracking. But once again, I mean, this song came out way too soon for me to actually have any kind of sway when it came to doing this, but that chorus needed some goddamn harmonies. That needed some harmonies. The fact that it didn't have at least any perceivable harmonies is... What's going on, fellas? What's going on? I need to know. I need to know what is happening here for there to have not been harmonies on this track. With how much clean singing was in this song, for there to not have been harmonies is... Yeah, like I'm a little bit shook. I'm a little shook. Just a little. Other thing was when it came into that first breakdown, I think that there needed to be more vocal layers when it came to the just to like really like emphasize that like drop when it came into the breakdown. Apart from that though, the cleans were good. Like I think his name is Sebastian. I could be wrong. I think the singer's name is Sebastian. I only know the guitarist, so there we go. But yeah, I'm pretty sure the vocalist Sebastian. I'll just keep calling him Sebastian. Sebi, yeah, Sebi, if you will. Beautiful voice. It was on pitch. It was voiced where it needed to be. But yeah, fellas, you need to add some harmonies. You need to add some goddamn harmonies. Like, Dave, you and Horizon. If I don't see any goddamn harmonies in the next release, oh man, like there's gonna be some disappointed noises coming from this boy over here. And so yeah, but like once again, just in summary, double tracking the verses I didn't think was the move. I think they should have been much more intimate and then double tracked into the chorus so that it was thicker and then like it actually sort of had that step up. And then, yeah, just adding, like, just with when it came into the breakdown, more layers to actually emphasize the boom. But yeah, and I'm saying it, like, for the millionth time, add goddamn harmonies. I swear to fuck, just add some harmonies. Fucking hell. Alrighty. Alright, okay, so, we're here again. This is, I added this to the list when it was requested, just because I want to see if this is going to be a different style to what we heard before. This is Zac Wattus again, and yeah, we're pretty much like the last song that we looked at. It was sort of like the vocals were something that I brought up quite a bit, as well as the act of using a room. Like virtualizing a room to sort of get instruments to gel and stuff. I pretty much added this because I want to see if there is like another side to all of this, and I'd be very interested to see if there is. And so yeah, cool. This is Zac Wattus again. Actually, I didn't timestamp it, so I don't know where the hell we are. 0 to 37, we'll say 0 to 37. Zac Wattus. All right, this is called Another Day.
All these mess in my head is just making me sad. I don't wanna go, I don't wanna stay here anymore.
Okie dokie. All right, so first and foremost, just like the sort of like the drums, just in general, that can definitely just be improved by a humanization of the or humanizing, I suppose you would say, the actual hits, like so they're not all just 127 velocity. Second thing would be just using a different, like upgrading the sample pack, getting like realistically just getting like Get Good drums or something along those lines would instantly improve the actual sound of the drums for the track. The guitar tone, this is subjective. The guitar tone, I feel like it definitely fits the style of song. I'm not a big fan of it. I think backing off the gain a bit and maybe screwing around with like some different impulse responses and stuff like that would be a trick to it. But at the same time, it kind of does fit. Because the ball guy was suggested by the ball guy drum samples, whatever. Hey, Matt Halpern has hair. Wait, no, shit, he doesn't, does he? Matt Halpern doesn't have hair, does he? Oh, fuck, he's bald as well. All right, never mind. All right, so forget I said anything. Yeah, so those are the things. Bass tone was fine for like what it was. I could hear it. Bold nepotism, yeah. And what I'd say in terms of yeah, bold and right there, hell yeah. When it comes to that delay that was used in the chorus, definitely like I feel like it was mixed a bit too high, very, very high. If you wanted to keep it that sort of intensity, I would definitely, rather than having it straight down the middle, I would have it ping pong left and right, because then it's not overtaking, it's not overlapping the main vocals. If you have a ping pong so that it's like you have your main vocals and then it's like bang, 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 sort of in the background, I feel like that would be a better approach. Because because in the chorus, like the words were like sort of overlapping with the words that were just said, and sort of keeping the vocals a bit more not so slathered with effects, like especially in the verses, would be a trick. And then like probably just double tracking, I guess, because like obviously because it's such a lower register, like just double tracking would be a good idea. And then obviously when you get to the chorus, you can add the delay and all that kind of stuff that you wanted to it to sort of get the texture that I'm suppose you're looking for with that. But yeah, that's it. Like I think those are probably the improvements that I'd be looking at like first to sort of look at doing for like the next tracks that sort of come out, and then just making small improvements here and there. It'll end up building up into being a decent project, decent pop punk and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, alrighty. So where are we at? 0 to we'll say 45. 0 to 45. So this is Deathbringers Litany. I think I've listened to these guys before. I'm not actually 100% sure, though. I feel like the more personal lyrical content, the less effective the verse should be as a general rule. You want to get the intimate subject matter across by the vocal sounding into it too. Yeah, I back that. I back that as well. Yeah, definitely. All right, Deathbringers Litany. Let me spell that correctly. And this is called Omen. Okay, dokie. First and foremost, very cool song. Very cool song. Those highs were fucking killer as well. Same as which song was it? I can't remember. It was one of them. I don't know. It's been a long day. Same as one of the previous songs. I would have liked the bass to have had a bit more of its own identity. Because like it was definitely there. I could definitely sort of pick it out at times. But it kind of felt like it was just sort of there. Just sort of there. And so yeah, I felt like it needed to have a bit more of its own identity throughout the song. At the beginning, when it was like the clean guitars and then the screams came like over the top of it, I was like, damn, that was jarring as hell. I feel like if you're going to be adding like screams right up, like just straight up like that over the top of clean vocals, slather that shit in reverb, man. Slather that shit. Make it sound like it's a goddamn ocean in this bitch, so that it's like it's not so sharp when it's like coming straight in. And also like, yeah, that was so wordy. It was so wordy. Like at the beginning there, right before it actually got into like where everything came in, it was super wordy. I don't know if it needed that much. Yeah, I don't know. That's subjective, I suppose. For me, it was a bit too much. So yeah, have it not so sharp as it comes in. Give the bass more of its own identity. Apart from that, that song was sick. Vocals were sick. It was thick. It had some good chugs and good grooves to it. Cool song. That's my feedback. All right, we got a where are we at? 0, 50, 0 to 50, 51, we'll say. This is War Bear. War Bear. Don't be afraid, eh? Fade out. All right, that was a very abrupt ending. I'll say just first and foremost. I don't know. I thought that song was cool. Yeah, they definitely know their audience though. So I think the mix was good. What I think would have been a fantastic idea is to double track the main vocals because they're like lower register cleans. Did have harmonies. It did have harmonies, so that was good, and it also had some scream backings as well, some screams in the stereo backing. That was great. I would say that the it would have just needed just like a doubling of like just the main vocal because they kind of got lost like a little bit. But apart from that, like I think the mix just in general was good. Just trying to think if there was anything else that really jumped out at me. They had ooh in the bridge, so I'm happy with that. But yeah, just that ending. That ending was very abrupt. I would have expected it would have been like duh 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 rather than the duh 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 or whatever it was. Like it was very abrupt anyway. It was like duh fade out. Some parts of the vocals and music feel weirdly disconnected. Do you think so? Why do you think that it was disconnected? Genuine question. I don't act like I don't know. I thought it was all pretty cohesive, but I'm very interested in hearing your thoughts. Think it's time for ice cream? Yeah, that would be pretty fucking dope. We have one more song. And then I'm going to, I don't know, just rinse myself because it's so fucking hot. Alrighty, well let's take a look at this last song. So, is there a name for this project? Is the Dysphoria feat Bellhaven? Is this for Chain Tombstone or is this a different thing? Uh, 57. Oh, this is Saint Sinner. Oh, okay, righto. Oh, I have the AC on. My AC is fucking getting smashed right now. It's still fucking hot in here though. There's your mate's band. Okie dokie. Well, I'll hold off on roasting the fuck out of them then, because like if they didn't actually ask for this, then yeah. Stop! We're already dead. Anyway, yeah. So this is the last one for the day. This is Saint Sinner, with Dysphoria feat Bellhaven. They're another good band. Another good band. But yeah, let's see what they are like on their birthday.
Chase
taking this medicine to feel sick. But if no one's watching me, am I just a dead weight? If no one's watching me, I'll be dancing with the blood. I'll let go, this weight is far too much. Everybody's fine till they can feel me still. If I cut myself, feel like someone else. Kick the cycle, break the circuit, I know this too well. When my systems fail, it's a cry for help. Take the weight and try to change it, going for the kill. I can try and take the weight, I can try and take the weight, I can try and break the cycle, break the cycle. Every moment I get further away, I think that I can justify my yes for a state of mind. I can't take the weight, I can't change the cycle, I just live the wrong way. If I cut myself, it's a cry for help. Kick the cycle, break the circuit, I know this too well. When my systems fail, it's a cry for help. Take the weight and try to change it, going for the kill. If I cut myself, kick the cycle, break the circuit, I know this too well. When my systems fail, it's a cry for help. Take the weight and try to change it, going for the
Okie dokie, cool. All right, so I have a couple of thoughts. Ammo vibes, yeah, kind of to be honest. What up? Sup, Josh? What's going on? Couple of thoughts. Okay, so I'll go through from like start. I won't go too far into it because again, like I'm more inclined to be a bit not necessarily like harsh, but a bit more detailed. If people have actually asked for the song to be reviewed themselves because you asked for this. But if they haven't, then there's like not. I feel like it is unnecessary for me to sort of like not necessarily besmirch, but like say some things that maybe they don't necessarily agree with and can like potentially, depending on the person, hurt their feelings about what I'm saying. And so anyway, at the start, I think that when you are recording riffs, you need to make sure that the left and right are like tight. There was a couple of different times there where I could hear the this is the last song. This is the last song. We've been going for like 3 hours now. So this is the last song. This is pretty much my final thoughts for the afternoon, and then I'm going to drown myself in the coldest water that I can find. Just making sure that like guitars that are double tracked, like especially with a riff, are double tracked tight, because there was a couple of times there where I was listening to it where like I could hear that there was some slight variations in like timing and stuff like that between the guitars and that like like that riff there. The chorus definitely needed more harmonies. As the meme goes, the chorus definitely needed more harmonies. Lyrically, I think it was very just like straight down the center. This is what it's about. I personally prefer more like nuanced lyrics, I guess, and so like I don't know. I didn't really vibe with that too much, to be honest. I think while I think it's good, I think the feat vocals were also very close to like the actual vocals for the song, the actual vocalist for this band. So I'm not sure like what the deal was there, like what the thought process around like getting that is, because it's like normally for me, whenever I pick getting like features and stuff for songs, I want someone that has a texture that I don't have, to add into it. And so like I'm just kind of curious about what the thought process was there. Overall, the song was cool. I especially really liked the like yeah, just like the ending of like, oh, not necessarily the ending, but the I guess you could call it the Dragon Force section. I wouldn't necessarily call it there, but like yeah, that they are, yeah, they're most definitely a band. I said that before. But like the idea of like what the feat is there, but yeah, cool song, very Australian metalcore. I think the mix overall was good. I just would have liked to have heard the bass have a bit more of its own identity. Yeah, we'll call quote unquote Dragon Force section was cool. I very much appreciated that. That was very interesting. But yeah, that's it. Like I won't go too far into it. I did have some other thoughts, but because they didn't ask for it, I'm not gonna fucking absolutely go into it. But yeah, cool song, vibe. But yeah, that's it. We've gone over 3 hours now of looking at tunes. It's hot as fuck today, and your boy tired. Your boy tired. But yeah, same time next week. I guess I'll do it on Saturdays. I mean, I got some people from Australia in here. I really do want to keep it sort of a bit more Australian focused than that. But we'll see. Same time, midday next Saturday. And yeah, tomorrow will be regular old Dragon Corp socials and all that kind of stuff. So if you want to see me making memes and shit and what I do with that, I'll be doing that tomorrow morning. Monday, I don't know if I'm going to be streaming. I need to take my gecko to the vet, and it could be bad news. So if it's bad news, I'm not going to be in a fucking mood to like stream. So probably yeah, yeah, crab mode. We'll see. Hopefully my fucking voice is fine by like early next week as well. I don't know what the fuck has been going on, but like I've just had like a swollen throat for like all week, and so I haven't been able to do any vocal tracking. It's fucking pissing me off. Yes, I hope Echo is okay too. We'll see. But yeah, hopefully, because I want to do some vocal tracking, so hopefully I'll be able to do some vocal tracking early in the week. And yeah, that's it. That's where we'll wrap up for today. Thank you to everyone that come to hang out. We'll do the we'll do the raid. I'm gonna see if Chris is on first, because Chris has been an absolute G. He's raided like a couple of times now. So if he's on, I'm gonna throw you guys at him, because he's a cool guy. Let me mute this for a second. Let me see. Ah, he's not on. That is a shame. All right. Who the hell is Mike Menza? DJing? Other DJ? Nah, fuck that. Yeah, fuck it. Let's see. Let's see who this guy is on his birthday. He's playing guitar covers. Hell yeah. All right, there we go. Yeah, they're really cool. They raided yesterday, and they were hanging out for a bit while I failed at bass a bit. Who is this? Mike Menza? No. Yeah, Chris is fucking cool. If he was on, I would have thrown you guys at him, because yeah, he's awesome. But he's not. All right, we're gonna raid this Mike Menza dude. He's playing some fucking like guitar-y boys and shit. Alright. Let's join up, let's raid this fool. And then yeah, I'm gonna wash myself. Oh man, that dropped out. Alright, cool. Well, I guess we're only raiding with like 3 people. Let's go. Alright. Thanks, y'all. Have a good one. I'll catch you later.